prayer can move mountains. How about a tower? What did Jesus mean when he said that if you told a mountain to throw itself into the sea, and if you believe it could be done with no doubt, that it would be done? Now, we're not talking about rearranging the city just for our own sake. He's saying that it's hard for us to visualize the power and capacity that prayer has. And this power is actually available to us, not to dabble as we choose to, but rather there's a purpose and a point to prayer. But in order to tap into this power, it comes from a faith on our end. There's a lot of power for us to try to hold on to, and Jesus said that most of us couldn't realize the full extent of what that power is. It's just like if Lake Ontario came crashing down on me, I couldn't harness that power. And yet, even that power could not move a whole mountain, and prayer can. Like I said, prayer in general is a purposeful power given to us. And that's what our prayers must be, purposeful. There's no purpose really if we ask God, could you move the Rocky Mountains to the south of Florida just because we want to go skiing after a day at Disney World? Maybe though, instead, we should be praying that someone who doesn't have a home might find a warm and safe place to be at. Or maybe that cup of cold water would actually make it into the hands of someone who has no access to clean water. There is purpose, there is reason, and in that there is power. I mean, if we really truly believe that God answers prayer, we need to be praying for the right things. And so it's a great responsibility to ensure that our prayers are purposeful and lack selfish reasoning. I mean, we haven't heard about anyone who's actually moved the mountain for real. The fact is, the greatness of prayer is really tough to achieve. But why is that? I mean, we hear that if we have faith, and if we don't have any doubts whatsoever, then why doesn't our favorite sports team win the big game? Or why don't we win $1 million? I mean, if God can do anything, then why don't we get what we want? Now, there's a responsibility on us as well, because God can't actually be around sin. And so if we have unresolved sin, if we have something that we haven't asked forgiveness for, then we fail to actually reach the power of prayer. You might have the most noblest reasons. You might have reasons that help other people, that you have nothing to gain from. And yet we can't reach the full potential of prayer with the weight of our sin. But God also says that through prayer, we can actually be forgiven. Through prayer, we can actually ask God to forgive us for those sins. So what do you need to ask forgiveness for? Is there a sin that you need to bring to God? Because only then will prayer be that powerful force that we can be used. But with that great power also comes great responsibility. So now tell me, what will you pray for next?